What's up guys, my name is JDCut5 and welcome back to an episode of the FC25 Tenerife career mode. Before we do get into this video, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the notification button so you never miss a video. We are still in the transfer window and I'm looking for a centre back. It's quite clear to see that Kouassi isn't really going to cut it and I can't afford to be able to bring in Leon all the time. I went to Granada for a player called Christian Valentini. He is obviously a AI rated player. He is currently 76 rated and he's only 20 years old. The chap is 6'6" as well. He's a monster. I was looking at different centre backs, and obviously I haven't got the biggest budget, but looking at the quality of him, and I think Granada are going to want to get the most they can possibly can, but the same, they can't really sell him for a high fee due to the fact they have been relegated down into the second division of the Liga, and he's definitely too good for that. So I wanted to acquire his services. He was quite happy to do so. He's got a high role, but he's on a low wage, and I feel like he'll be perfect for the fit that we're looking for, in fairness. He will wear the number 16 shirt for the season. It's a great opportunity to be able to bring in someone like him, and as you can see, he is absolutely massive. But we start off today's episode with a game against Real Madrid away from home at the Santiago Bernabeu. It's always been a tough place to come. We've got results, we haven't got results. It's one of those, you never know what you're going to get with Real Madrid. They've got such a good side upon their kind of armoury that you know that you're going to be facing a top side regardless. It just depends on the performance they are going to display. This is going to be the lineup for ourselves though. Malagon in goal with the back four of Cancelo, Spiliers, Bisek and Mikic. Midfield of James, Buadidi, Ruiz and Liso. Just ahead Pereira, and up front Yanis Senhaji. Not the strongest side to go ahead with, but at the same time I have got fitness issues at the moment with the calendar being so close together. Unfortunately we can only squeeze in so many players at one time, especially when we played Atletico Madrid only 2 days ago. Real Madrid get themselves kicked off then with an opportunity to see if they can kind of go on their first lot of attack here as Vinny Jr. gets depossessed by Mikic. Going back to Bisek there, we find Adrian Liso on the right hand side looking to create an opportunity as Dylan Pereira strides forward. Runs being made. Yanis Senhaji now looking for an opportunity as he finds his teammate. He's done really well at the same time, and that is a very good effort denied from Courtois as they look to be able to get it out of play and get rid of that particular opportunity there as we look to be able to close down below. James is now trying to see if he can win back the ball. He does, but he does concede the throw in the meantime. 27 minutes into the first half. It's been a very slow start in fairness. Only the one chance so far, and Real Madrid yet to create anything as of the moment. As Orsolini now on the right hand side, banging it back to Federico Valverde as they fancy to go back to go forward. As Luka Modric now looking to Orsolini, over to Kylian Mbappe. The names that you reel off in this team is just unbelievable. It's an absolute dream team in fairness. If we had something upon this, I think the career would be done instantly. But a decent interception from Spiliers there as we look to be able to put the ball up the field. Marcel Ruiz finding Dylan Pereira then as he cuts his man. He turns him. He finds Yanis Senhaji in space. He's 1-on-1 with the keeper and he doesn't miss this opportunity this time round. It's Yanis Senhaji that opens up the scoring in the 31st minute. It's Real Madrid 0, Tenerife 1, and we have got our goal. A very good one of that in fairness, and a lovely move there as Dylan Pereira scooped past his defenders to be able to find his teammate, and he's done it with perfect ways of doing so. And we are now in front. A very good start for ourselves. Not too many chances, and none for Real Madrid, but at the same time we've taken ours, and it's exactly what means most. A lovely goal poking it past that Thibaut Courtois. Very hard to keep it to be on his day, and we are now in front. Real Madrid get themselves kicked off for another time here as we make a quick interception to look to go on the pitch and get our second as Yanis Senhaji makes the interception following Dylan Pereira. He can't seem to feed the pass on this opportunity though as Valverde in the middle now striding forward finding Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe now with an opportunity finding Aguilar. Aguilar now on the left finding his teammate Vinny Jr. He cuts in on the right leaving Mikic for a dead. He finds Mbappe in a lovely bit of space. It's Orsolini and it's only taken them a few minutes to get back into the tie. There might be their first chance, but it's their first goal. It's Real Madrid 1, Tenerife 1. They are back into proceedings and a good way to do so at the same time. Counter-attacking mood caught us off guard, and unfortunately the attackers they've got can just pull out the defenders in such a good manner in fairness, and they have got their goal. Decent effort into the top corner, I have to say also. The bench doesn't look too thrilled about it, but they are a level in this moment in time, and it is now with 5 minutes left to play in this first half. Real Madrid have gained somewhat of a momentum now as Luka Modric tries to get something going, but Dylan Pereira on the ball after Buadidi intercepting there. Dylan Pereira looking to find his teammate Adrian Liso. He looks to get involved on the right, using his pace to be able to charge down the byline. He's got opportunities for Yanis Senhaji and he tries to square it, but an actual opportunity, he probably looked better of actually kind of taking it upon himself and getting the shot off, but not to be on that occasion as Thibaut Courtois finds his teammate there with an opportunity to stride forward for the last time in this first half potentially, as Orsolini tries to get forward. João Cancelo with a decent interception, throws out to a throw in there for Dallo as he looks to be able to throw it off to his teammate Demonde there as they look to play it around the back. Luka Modric over to Orsolini. Orsolini in support of many other players there. Kylian Mbappe is there to be able to see if he can make a run as he finds Federico Valverde, who makes a burst down the right hand side, back heels it to his teammate Orsolini, back to Valverde it goes, into the middle it's Mbappe, turns his man, he finds Aguilar, and that is a super block from Bistek. I have to say, goal saving opportunity, and we are now level going into the break. A fairly good half for ourselves, not too many chances to really shout about, but at the same time we are level, and let's see if we can continue that. Oh, Mikic gets absolutely wiped out, the referee stops play, and that did not look good whatsoever. A poor start for Real Madrid. If this were to come with something, there is Mikic still on the ground, referee with a decision to make, and he has made the decision of a red card. Vinicius Jr. has been sent off in the early minutes of the second half, then as Real Madrid are down to 10, a sliding challenge looking to be two-footed off the air, and unfortunately Carlo Ancelotti does not look happy with the decision, but at the same time you cannot deny that the referee has made the right one, because that is a very poor challenge, and Real Madrid fails to the uphill battle now as they have a 10-men battle for the rest of this tie, but there's not going to stop them whatsoever in terms of going forward. As in the 55th minute there, Luka Modric finds an opportunity to be able to stride forward and finding his teammate Valverde. It doesn't matter if they're down to 10 men because they're 2-1 up. It's Real Madrid 2, Tenerife 1, and in 57 minutes there, Federico Valverde be able to find the odds and get his goal. It's a fairly good effort in fairness, and they just caught us off guard in the defending kind of opportunities. It's so hard to defend against a team like Real Madrid when they've got so many good players around their armoury, in fairness. Luka Modric still defying the odds with his age. I'd hate to think how old he actually is in this game now, in fairness, and he's still yet to retire, which is absolutely crazy. But now into the 60th minute, Real Madrid seem to have total control of the game, even though down to 10 men. Tenerife yet to really create any sort of opportunities in this second half, and it's really kind of wondering why, in fairness, as Mikic now finds his teammate Bistek after a good interception. Poor pass, but it still falls to Liso there as Senhaji finds his teammate Dylan Pereira on the right-hand side. Senhaji running into the gap as the defence is pulled apart. And Hadji's got one. Can he get in two here? He's got a chance, and it's hit off the post and out for a goal kick. Great opportunity to be able to get the goal, but not to be on this occasion. And unfortunately, we are still trailing in this tie. 20 minutes left to play. Real Madrid are really kind of trying to grab the game, but the scruff of the neck there is Mbappe makes a bursting run there, but it kind of doesn't really come to anything. So he finds Aguilar. Now over to Nuno Mendes there as he tries to do something in the moment. Back heels it onto Aguilar. Aguilar to Valverde. Valverde's got a chance here, as you can see, as he skips past one. He finds his teammate Brahim Diaz. He finds Kylian Mbappe and he gets his goal. And you can only think with only 16 minutes left to play in this tie that's pretty much it, in fairness. It's a very good move and once again a very good goal, and it doesn't matter that they're down to 10 men because they've now gained a 2-goal advantage. Seems to be that they've got better with the less man. It's really strange to see, but Kylian Mbappe taking his chance. It looked to be straight at Malagon, but not to be on that occasion. Substitution to be made there as Aguilar comes off onto the pitch for Senhaji, and so does Moreno for Daniel James, with the last substitution being Buadidi off for Rob Cameron. And whether that's going to change proceedings, I'm not too sure, but we'll definitely give it a go, that's for sure, as Adrian Liso now looking to create something as he looks to find Dylan Pereira on the right-hand side. Looks for an opportunity as Aguilar's in the box there, and he can see that exactly that as he runs into the area. He squares it to Aguilar. He takes his time, but he can't get a shot off, so Marcel Ruiz does exactly that, and Courtois gets a firm hand to it in the end, and that is the end of that attack. 4 minutes left to play in this tie. Realistically, the game is done and dusted now. We just want to see the game out. But João Cancelo with a good interception there, as you can see. But unfortunately, the depossessing of Brahim Diaz doesn't mean anything as we lose possession once again. And Brahim Diaz does him for dinner there, as you can see. Unbelievable stuff. He absolutely skills him. And Valverde gets his goal. And that is game set in the match. Real Madrid 4, Tenerife 1. It's one to forget about, that's for sure. Just really lacklustre in this game. In the second half, we didn't really seem to come out to play whatsoever. As much as we had that one opportunity with Yanis and Hadji hitting the post. Apart from that, we haven't created anything, and it's not good enough, in all honesty. It's much to be coming up against a top calibre side against Real Madrid. If we want to compete for the league, then we need to compete against teams like this, and if we're not able to do so, then we will not win in the league. Hard to say what the second half really fell down to, in fairness. It was just a lack of concentration and not being able to kind of keep up the form that we had in the first half. But I guess it happens to the best of us. We haven't had the best of starts of seasons, but we need to sort of build on something that we've kind of originally done and go from there. We've definitely got a stronger squad compared to recent seasons, so hopefully we will kind of get benefit from it there. But this is the transfer list there. As you can see, I'm not going to go through it too much in detail, but we've made a decent bit of business. We've really improved, and we've got rid of some dead wood at the same time with other players with transfer requests and so on. So let's see what happens. and this is also our Champions League fixtures. We've got Porto, Dynamo Zagreb, we've also got Wolfsburg, Bayern Munich, PSV, Celtic, Sparta Prague, who we faced in the Europa League, and AC Milan. It's a tough load, I have to say. 8 games that are really going to push us to our boundaries, but that is what the Champions League is for. It's just pushing you to your maximum and competing with the very much best in Europe. So hopefully we'll be able to get over the line and get ourselves into the knockouts, but I'm not exactly kind of counting for anything at this moment in time, and I'd like to say full focus is on the league and other kind of surrounding competitions. I'd like to obviously get past the group stage, but if it weren't to be the case, then I wouldn't be too bummed down about it, that's for sure. But simulation game against Real Valenciano, a team that scraped past relegation last season. We managed to get a 3-2 victory with Adrian Liso coming on as a substitute and getting a goal, and Dumbo also contributing, and Lewis Hall getting his first goal of his Tenerife career, that's for sure. So a really good winner in the end. Seemed to be a very tight game against a very hard competition. But this is what we've been waiting for, the Champions League, and our first game as we visit Portugal and face FC Porto. It's going to be a massive game for ourselves. I mean, a lot of Tenerife fans have probably been anticipating this for many, many seasons, and finally they see their team in the biggest European competition that there is to be able to deal with to date. Marcel Ruiz leading the line, and it's going to be a massive game for ourselves. We're facing a very good side, a team that's previously won it in 2004, I'm pretty sure, under Jose Mourinho. So we're coming in as Europa League winners. Can we do anything in this competition in the Champions League, and could we go on to win it? You just never know, that's for sure. It's game of football in a day. 11 men versus 11 men. This is the lineup there. As you can see, we've gone for as strongest lineup as we can possibly do so, in fairness. Malagon in goal, Spiliers and Bisek as your centre backs there, with right hand side Mikic, left hand side Cancelo. Middle is Biodidi, Ruiz, Liso and Daniel James. Alvarez stays ahead, and Geraldo Becker as the lone striker. Probably the strongest side that we could potentially face at this moment in time, so let's see what we can do. And realistically, it's probably Porto and Bayern Munich that are the real strong sides in this one, and AC Milan. So it's going to be really hard, but we've got the best lineup that we possibly can, and let's see if we can do something. But straight away we come under pressure, and that's a super save from Malagon there after a poor defensive awareness there from Bisek not to clear his lines. And it is going to be a corner. Franco stepping over the corner, looked to be whipped into the air, and it definitely is. Gonzalez looks to latch onto the header, but it's straight into the hands of Malagon there as he throws it out to his teammate Daniel James there with an opportunity to nod it on, but he loses out in possession there. Jamie on the ball once again for Porto. He's already had one chance. Can he create a second? Biodidi getting stuck in, but not to be the contrary there, as you can see. But luckily for ourselves, Marcel Ruiz makes a good interception, finding Daniel James on the left-hand side. Many in support, Geraldo Becker being one of them, but that's a solid challenge, and it goes out for a throw-in, and Daniel James gets swiftly on the throw straight away as Biodidi finds Geraldo Becker. Daniel James making the inroad run there, as you can see, and he's got pace to be able to cut inside. He's pretty much on his own though, no support around him, and he gets his shot off, and that is a very good opportunity. And once again, another chance wasted in that moment, and you can only feel like we've had plenty of chances come to us, and when we've lost games, we just haven't seemed to take them. Spiliers with a good tackle though, as we remain back in possession, as Biodidi finds his teammate Daniel James on the left-hand side. But as you can see, Geraldo Becker in support, he's trying to do something because there's not many other supporting going around him. So Daniel James is there once again. He's had one chance, he's got a second here, but the touch is not good enough there. They look to clear their lines, and they've done it very well in the fairness, but it falls back out to Marcel Ruiz as Adrian Liso looks to play him back in there in the middle. Geraldo Becker in support as he looks to be able to find him, but the pass is poor and he gets held off at the same time. The goalkeeper clears, finding Adrian Liso once again. We're really trying to heap on the pressure now, really trying to mount this attack as Marcel Ruiz looks to find Daniel James as he loops the ball over to the left-hand side. Good ball over. He whips it into the area. It's Alvarez there. He might be the shortest chap on the pitch, but he's won the header, but it's gone out for a goal kick. 37 minutes into our Champions League debut, and I have to say that we've represented ourselves really well with Mikic with a strong challenge. Alvarez now on the ball as he finds Adrian Liso in support there, as you can see, as Liso looks to make a run on the right hand side. He's got many in support, Geraldo Becker being one of them, but Liso might fancy his chances here. He's 1-on-1, and once again the keeper making a great save. It's James Trafford, funny enough, the ex-Burnley goalkeeper, making the saves in between the net for Porto today as we go into the second half. 49 minutes on the clock. Navarro on the pitch as he finds Franco. Franco looking to stride forward. There's many orange shirts in support, in fairness. He skips past his man, he finds Navarro, he gets it round the keeper, it hits the post, it falls out to a teammate, and he puts it into an empty net. It's Porto that open up their Champions League campaign in the best way possible, because it's Porto 1, Tenerife 0. It's taken 50 minutes to see the goal scored, but they have done it, and that is a very well taken goal. I thought initially they was unlucky to be able to take it round the keeper and hit the post. It's a very good move, in fairness to Porto. It falls back out to another player, he hits it into an empty net, and it's as simple as that. We now are trailing, so we're uphill battle for Tenerife to be able to see what they can do. And look at the curl on that, to be honest. As much as it's an empty goal, he's still done very well to be able to score it in that sort of manner. And we do get things kicked off for another time in this fixture. Daniel James looks to be able to see if he can bring the attack to the Porto defence straight away there. As you can see, Daniel James bursting down the left-hand side, trying to create an opportunity. Some maybe light at the end of the tunnel, I'm not too sure. But Marcel Ruiz now with a hit there, and it just strays wide. Very good effort, I have to say, but not to be on that particular occasion. And we still are looking for our first goal as Pepe looks to find Jamie. Porto are in for a second here. Jamie now with an opportunity to be able to see if they can get a ball into the areas. Bisek makes a lovely interception. As you can see, Mikic trying to do something as he looks to be able to see if he can get the play going. Mikic getting involved. He's challenging left, right and centre. He's got it clear in the end, finding Buadidi in the middle. Now Alvarez in support. Adrian Liso on the right. Becker in the middle. He fancies Liso instead though. As Liso burns into the right hand side, he cuts into the box. He looks to fancy it for himself. There it's Adrian Liso. He cuts round his man, and what an individual bit of brilliance that is from the Spaniard, Adrian Liso. What a goal. What a goal. Porto 1, Tenerife 1. We have got our first goal of our Champions League campaign, and what a way to do it, in fairness. We've been knocking on the door for a numerous amount of times, especially in the first half. The second half, not so much, but that is a lovely bit of brilliance from Andrew and Liso, and now it gives us a chance to potentially go on and win things. But Porto going straight back in the 68th minute there as Navarro looks to be able to see if he can create an opportunity. Bisek with the original challenge there, as you can see, but still in possession, Porto, as they look for an opportunity. Jamie now over to Mora, and they have got themselves back into the game for another time in this tie. It's Porto 2, Tenerife 1, and they are looking very, very good in this Champions League campaign, I have to say. Feels a little bit of a sucker punch, in fairness, having kind of fought back from 1-0, and now we've got a chance to be able to have to do it again. It's really frustrating, and that's the case, because I feel like we've been the better team, in fairness, but they've taken their chances in the second half, and that's all that matters for themselves, and that's what you need to do in football. If you don't, then you don't score goals. Substitution to be made as Geraldo Becker comes off the field for Aguilar, as we look to have to change up the attacking options there, with Lismu Cruz coming on for Daniel James, also trying to see if that will freshen up anything. I'm not too sure, in fairness. I hope it will, but Ruiz now coming off the pitch also for Diarra, as we look to be able to see if we can create a kick-off, something from the kick-off, sorry, as Lismu Cruz on the left-hand side, cutting in on the right, getting his first touches on the pitch there. 20 minutes left to do something. Can he do something? Ball looks to be whipped into the area. Obviously fancies himself. He finds Aguilar. Aguilar takes his time. It's his first touches, but it's also his first Champions League goal. It's Porto 2, Tenerife 2. That didn't take long whatsoever. Aguilar only on a pitch, a matter of moments, and a super sub means that we've got ourselves back into this tie, and we are level against Portuguese side Porto. Aguilar seems to be a talent, he really does. He seems to be an absolute steal of a buy, in fairness. Be able to get this man on a free, being 70 odd rated and only very young at the same time. He seems an absolute gem, and he knows where the back of the net is, and that's what's most important being a striker, that's for sure. But 74 minutes on the clock, 15 or 16 minutes so plus the additional time left, as we look to be able to see if we can get rid of this attack, as Navarro once again pouncing on the Tenerife defence. Bisek has been beaten, and he doesn't seem to get the shot off as well as he would want to, and that is the end of that move. But Porto still heaping on the pressure. Navarro has been such an option for Porto to be able to stride forward, as Bisek gets involved this time, finding his teammate João Cancelo, as now Buadidi in the middle looks to fancy Lismi Cruz on the left. Cruz making a 1-2 pass there as he finds him decent bit of space. Lismi Cruz striding forward. Lismi Cruz in support of many others. It's Lismi Cruz, and what an effort that is, and it's denied from the keeper. How that's been saved, I'm not too sure. I just don't know how we're not ahead. I really don't. We've had so many opportunities, and now Porto going up the other end of the pitch. Navarro finds Pepe on the left-hand side. Pepe looking to run down the byline there, as you can see, as he finds Mora. Mora in support there, as you can see, but a lovely challenge as Mikic has been so solid in this game, finding his teammate Diarra, as Diarra finds Alvarez. Maybe one last attack for ourselves. Aguilar in support. Alvarez has got only Aguilar up there with him, but can he do something? It's Aguilar, and he's been denied to even get the shots off. What a bit of defensive work that was from the Porto defence. Maybe one last attack from here. Adrian Liso on the right hand side. This could be a frantic end to what's been a mega game with 4 goals against Porto. It's Carlos Alvarez, and it's hit the post. You couldn't get any closer than what we have in this particular tie, and that looks to be that was the final kick of the game, and yes it was. It's Porto 2, Tenerife 2. Feels slightly hard done by in that particular fixture, as we definitely could have came away with the win, but it's a 2-2 draw in the end, and unfortunately we are only going to be sharing a point in our first Champions League fixture. I feel like we represented ourselves in the best way possible, in fairness, facing a side like Porto is always difficult, and I felt like we did it in the best manner possible. we come under a lot of attack and we kind of held it well, and we were kind of lucky not to concede the goals that kind of happened in front of us at the same time. So maybe it was an equal result in some ways, but yeah, really tough to say. But our last game, we faced Girona away from home, a team that we've struggled against, but in recent kind of seasons we've actually been able to kind of fight back and get a decent few wins against them, in fairness. They haven't started the season that well by any means whatsoever, so we're looking to be able to see if we can kind of pounce on that and get ourselves a victory and get ourselves some 3 points to be able to build on the poor form that we previously had in the league. Looking at the lineups, it's going to be very tough for us to be able to kind of do anything, but let's see what we can do. Malagon in goal, Lewis Hall on the left hand side, is Kouassi, Valentini making his debut, Rodriguez on the right hand side, Rig, Pereira, Nick Bow in the middle there, as you can see, as Ndumbo, Aguilar and Cruz are the attackers. As I mentioned, we've changed the formation, we've gone for a 4-3-3 attack, a little bit different to what we've previously seen, allows the wingers to be able to kind of go up a bit more freely and see what we can do in this moment, and hopefully that will be able to kind of create a few more goals, that's for sure, as Chris Rigg finds Ndumbo on the left hand side making a 1-2, Hall skips past his man, he finds Ndumbo in a lovely bit of space, and Ndumbo on the left in this tie there as he looks to find Aguilar. Aguilar's in space, he gets his shot off, it falls out to Luzmi Cruz and he puts it into an empty net. 10 minutes into the tie, it's Girona 0, Tenerife 1, and we are now in front in this tie thanks to the efforts of Luzmi Cruz. Aguilar unlucky in an initial attempt to be able to get the shot off and he was denied from the keeper, but Luzmi Cruz in the right place in the right time and he gets his well earned goal. It's a very good start for ourselves in 10 minutes already scoring, so hopefully we can build on that even further. Lovely move from Ndumbo, an initial move from Lewis Hall also on the left hand side, shimming past the attacker. Done really well in that moment in fairness, and that's a very good start, so hopefully we can kind of build on that and go on further forward and get ourselves a victory against Spanish side Girona. 23 minutes into the tie, the game has sort of slowed down at this point in time. 13 minutes since we've last seen a goal there as Geldhart, former Leeds man, finding his teammate on the right hand side. Into the middle it goes as Herrera finds Chiero out there, trying to do something in this moment there. Herrera over to his teammate, Ruiz now on the ball, the number 9 there for Girona turning his man. He does really well in fairness, it's a decent effort and it's also a decent save. Solid in the save there as Malagon makes the top save and he gets rid of play there, as you can see. Now now Kouassi finding his teammate Valentini. Hasn't had too many chances to do anything at this moment, but hopefully he's kind of kept quiet in fairness. Hopefully he will be a good staple for ourselves at the back as Rodriguez on the right finding Luzmi Cruz over to Pereira. Good move so far. Luzmi Cruz being played in once again. Luzmi Cruz striding forward. He's got many in support. Aguilar in the box is being pushed over, and how that is not a penalty, I am not too sure. Girona clear it in the end, but yeah, I just don't know how that was never given a penalty. Luzmi Cruz got absolutely flattened in that moment, but not to be, as Geldhart has a chance in the second half, denied from Malagon. It's a very good opportunity, but not to be on that occasion. 67 minutes into the second half, we haven't created anything really in the second half, and we might have a chance to do so here as Ndumbo there looks to play it onto Dylan Pereira there. Aguilar in support, and Ndumbo on the left hand side looking for an opportunity to see if he can get a ball whipped into the air, and he does exactly that. Aguilar fancied the acrobatic move, but nothing to come of it, and that was pretty much it. It was a very tame affair against Girona. It's quite clear to see why they are at the bottom of the table, because they don't create anything. We got a goal and we kind of sat on it in fairness, but we didn't really seem to kind of get pounced upon in terms of the attacking wise. Good debuts from Valentini. Quite happy with the Luzmi Cruz goal, and it's a victory, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. A very good way of doing so, and we have our last simulation game of the episode facing Elche, and we also get a 1-0 victory in that with Adrian Liso getting on the score sheet, so 2 clean sheets in a row. Seems to be that Malagon is stepping up once again with 2 clean sheets in a row. He managed to pick up the Player of the Match award in the game against Elche there. A very good time for himself to be a goalkeeper, and I feel like he always steps up as for someone that's been in between the sticks for quite a while for us for Tenerife, ever since the start. So yeah, very good stuff from Malagon, that's for sure. And this is how the table stands. We're currently 4th, which isn't too bad. Looking down the pecking order, Girona in 10th there, as I mentioned, not having a good season so far. Even further down, Real Sociedad in 16th. Our rivals, Las Palmas in 18th. As you can see, there is 4 teams yet to get a win. So Osasuna, Las Palmas, really strange to see in fairness. But yeah, in 7 games played, still yet to have a win. But we've played 7, won 5, drawn none, and lost 2. Currently sitting on 15 points, 1 behind Real Madrid, but obviously they still have a game in hand. We just need to kind of keep up the form that we've previously displayed in the Liga kind of games when we have won, and kind of hope that kind of continues on, because I really would like to be able to see if we can kind of plan a title charge. I didn't feel like we were too far off last season without really giving it too much consideration, so let's see what we can do. But that is it for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Please like and subscribe for more content, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you never miss a video. Cheers.